Wow. So what are we just doing? What's new in beards last week?
We're doing beards today, yeah.
We're moving away from Warhammer.
We're pivoting from
now beard talk.
Beard talk with Tom and Ben. I've picked up some articles for what's new in Warhammer.
What's new in Warhammer last week? I had a little browse yesterday or the day before, and it was like, there just is no fucking news.
There's not a lot, but there's a bit of Blood Bowl. I know you're into the mighty Crud Creek nose pickers, right?
Yeah, like they're kind of cool.
Who's this guy? He's only 5'11", but he weighs 241 pounds.
Ooh, aged 39. Interesting.
Yeah, I've never really thought about. I always assumed orcs aged quicker than people. I always thought like a fully grown, big old, like the equivalent of a 40-year-old orc would be only like less than 10.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I thought they grew really quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's never really been like spelled out.
Yeah, it doesn't really like flesh that out. Definitely, I feel the same. Like,
I can't imagine an orc's ever lived for like 50 or 60 years. But
That's
they'd be
right.
dead before then. Well,
no, I think like orcs, like a lobster, it could just keep going.
of course, if it keeps winning.
Until it dies, and then it stops growing.
But I feel like they
you've
reach
eaten.
maturity very quickly, and then a lot of them just get gunned down before they...
Or you get fucking crumped by someone bigger. Wasn't that the thing? Like, orc knobs, they're like the big boss of their like little cruddy band.
Yeah.
Until they meet another band, and the slightly bigger orc beats the shit out of him.
Takes control of their mob.
And so he kind of like stops growing because there's like a bigger orc. I feel like that was in some lore
That
somewhere.
was in some lore at some point. They're like catfish.
Yeah.
They grow like as big as the environment allows them.
Yeah, exactly that. And yeah,
Yeah,
also
weird.
age 39 and being a Blood Bowl player, because you're meant to have
Yeah,
like
the life expectancy of a Blood Bowl player. Maybe he's only just started. Oh, he's a star player though. Or maybe because he's got a chainsaw, he gets like sent off almost immediately.
you're only allowed to play one drive with a secret weapon unless you have a bribe the ref. So actually,
that's probably why he's lived so long. He's never played a whole match through. He literally guts one guy with a chainsaw and gets sent off almost immediately. If we get transported into Blood Bowl players, maybe we should just be like fucking Pogo Goblin.
Was that the one to be?
Well, I don't want to be the one with the bombs or the ball and chain.
Ball and Chain is actually pretty fucking legit. It is not like a Goblin Fanatic.
Oh, I just assumed they were Fnatic.
No, they are. Well, it is a Fanatic, but it is not Warhammer Fantasy Fanatic.
So he doesn't take like mushroom juice and go insane.
Well, it's the same thing, but it's not nearly as dangerous. That you like Goblin Fanatics on the tabletop are going to die. At no point are you like, sweet, it's survived till the end of the game. 25 points saved.
It's going to hit some terrain or like rapid
It hits
chain
a
around
unit or
its
kill
neck.
itself.
Yeah.
But in Blood Bowl, they're actually pretty fucking stable, and people don't tend to attack them. You just avoid it, and it
Yeah, they do.
fucks around.
Yeah, it's really rare for it to like go off the pitch or get hurt, isn't it? It just keeps going and going and going.
So it can like trip over and it dies, but honestly, they're actually really safe. So I think that might be the one.
Be
That
the
might be
loon. I
most
don't know. I
likely.
get dizzy, and I don't want to get dizzy.
Yeah, but would you rather be dizzy or dead?
They're asking for submissions for Warhammer Horror.
Holy
That's
shit!
interesting. We can send in our all our ideas.
Let's write a story.
We could write a story. Grab your best quill and parchment. Write down a spooky story set in either Warhammer 40,000 or the realms of Sigmar.
Oh,
You're not allowed to write it. You can't write this story. Not this example they've given.
who even is that?
I don't know,
Is
it
that
looks like a Warhammer witch hunter, right?
do they still have witch hunters in Realms of Age of Sigmar?
I don't know. Then don't they just have magic wizard gold boys? I don't know. I know nothing
There's
about
still
how, like,
you
normal
still have
people-
the free states.
Yeah, but they don't make any models for them.
Yeah, they just sell the old Empire models.
Yeah. So maybe they still exist. Do normal people live in the mortal realms? I don't understand like the civilian life.
Yeah.
Is it all just fucking spangles and bongles and warbles
No, they've
smashing into each other?
There's just like little passage of like this giant city with 1 million people living in it, and you're like, tell me more about that. Nope. I'll tell you about Gold Boy. It's like it's one of the reasons why I don't really care for Age of Sigmar. It's like I can't latch on to what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
That there are meant to be all of these things, but they're on different planes of existence, just scattered around, and all this stuff is like happening.
Yeah, I just kind of want a map, you know?
We could write a Warhammer
We
story.
should write a story. Look,
That's cool. That's a nice picture.
That's a cool picture.
Boom. Hook the reader right away.
Well, let's just do it. Should we just send in our submission and it just says Shadow over Innsmouth plus Inquisitor ? Plus Inquisitor and Junior Steel Occults ? Send that in. See if they bite.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to write a whole story if they're not going to bite.
Yeah, for sure. But I think we could go. I think we could give it more ham than that. Do something more.
More wacky.
Yeah. What's like the scariest thing? What is like real IRL? What are you scared of? Do you have any fears? Like it can be.
It's tricky, really, because I don't watch horror films. I don't read horror books. I don't really enjoy horror as a genre because I don't get spooked easily.
But I mean, like, surely there must be something you're scared of.
I mean, shy of like, you know, existential dread for the oncoming apocalypse.
Okay.
Be it political or climate based or like war, general horror of that kind of ilk.
Great, love that. Okay, this is good. So you got to play on like what are fears that people actually would have.
Ah, okay. Right. So we'll just write a horrible story about like idiots taking over and ruining everything for everyone.
And the whole analogy can be we can't set it in the mortal realms in fucking
In
the old world, can we?
Well, can't we just make a new realm that is the old world?
Nice.
It's the 9th hidden realm.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Here you go. I've got it. So yeah, it's someone, and it's going to be really fucking pointed about. It's someone who's like living in this like Empire City. You don't name it Altdorf, but it's fucking Altdorf.
Okay.
And they're like super worried about like the world going to be torn apart, the end times. These idiots are taking over, and it's all going to be fucking garbage. And there's going to be big fucking sparkly golden boys walking around because they're worried about the end times coming and Age of Sigmar replacing everything. And the people who behind that really bad.
Okay.
But then at the end, twist, it has already happened. And it's in like, you're in like a silver tower of Zeech, and the person is in like an orb, like a snow globe, who are like freaking out, and like Zeech is tormenting them, but it has all happened.
It's all happened.
And it was all a dream. But was it a dream? I don't know.
Oh, or was it? Or is it a loop?
It's a loop, something like that, yeah. Zeech works in mysterious ways. How about that? Does that work?
Yeah.
Can you you get like sort of like anthologies of short stories?
Yeah.
Can you do a short anthology of just like one-line stories? I just want to have like 2 pages, and it's just like 20 ideas.
Okay.
Backwards,
so you just want to go to like
central, guns and
r/writing prompts.
Yeah, basically it's just writing prompts, but you just make like spooky sentences.
Yeah. Yeah, wasn't there there was a famous one where someone said like, a story can't be compelling, or a story can't make you feel anything if it's under however many words or something like that. And then like a very famous author went, boom.
Children's
he did it.
shoes
Children's
never used. Children's shoes for sale, never used.
Never used. Yeah. That's the one.
Because that has like love, it has mystery, it has loss, it
Tragedy.
has
and it's like 6 words or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, there's not fishmen available, but there are fish elves.
We write it as how the Strigoi ghouls in Age of Sigmar fully believe that they are Bretonian nobles,
Right.
even though they're horrible gothic monsters of doom.
I like that.
Let's do that. Let's do an entire story of like chivalric questing and like horror hunting down the beast.
Yes.
You don't know that they're ghouls until the end.
Yeah.
And it's all like
Shit. Although there's an H.P. Lovecraft story, and it's about this guy, and he wakes up, and he's just like, where the fuck am I? And he's in this like weird castle place, and he like creeps out of there. He goes through like the spooky woods, and it's like, what the fuck is going on? He makes this house, and like someone like sees him, and they scream in terror, and maybe even like die of like a heart attack or something, or they like flee. And then like it ends with him like kind of like seeing his reflection in a mirror, and he's like this fucked up monster. But the whole story's told from his perspective, and he doesn't know who or what he is.
Yeah.
But it's all quite like he's talking about like, oh, he'd like forgotten stuff, and he like remembers having a mother and just like parts of his life. So you you assume he's human, but then at the end you're like, shit, he's the monster all along. Man, I love
like the others
Strigoi.
as well. Do you remember that? Where like Nicole Kidman has kids and is getting haunted by ghosts, and then it turns out that they were the ghosts.
They were the ghosts
all along.
All along.
It's like that, but with ghouls.
I like that, man. You do that story. I think it'd work great as a short story, like them chivalric riding out, slaying the beasts, things like that, and then cut to peasants.
Well, you do it as like a
fleeing.
Yeah, like you think that they're, because it's got to be horror, right? So you got to feel like these nobles are like getting picked off like one by one. Maybe they're like there's like some knights escorting like a pilgrimage from one place to another, and they're going through the woods and they're getting hunted down, and they're trying to like valiantly defend these like women and children in the convoy, like Battlestar Galactica style.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it turns out that when they get to where they're going, it's not a safe place. It's like a defenseless town of normal people that they just slaughter and eat. And they were getting raided by like the people trying to defend that town.
Yeah. I like that. I think I'd want to like tweak the end, like whatever their thing that they're escorting, boom, destroyed or killed, whatever, doesn't matter. And then they're like, right, it's our duty to avenge. They go to like the stronghold of the people. They jump up. They slay the king. But like as like whatever the king of the Strigoi lays the death blow, it cut to like peasant's perspective, and it could just be like a family or something, and it's like the beast like tore out Papa's throat. They descended upon us, like something like that, like oh shit. But I guess you need to have a bit more. You need to explain that they are like the spooky Strigois. But I think this is good. I'm into this idea a lot.
Yeah, let's do that one.
That is a good kind of like twist.
And I think you can put enough little hints that you wouldn't pick up on the first time you read it, but then when you finish and you get the twist, you like go back and go, oh yeah, of course.
Although shit, are you writing something for someone who is not like an Age of Sigmar nerd? Because this is the problem. Like if you're into Age of Sigmar, you will know.
Yeah, but
those guys are the things that maybe it needs to be told more back and forward.
So it feels like an A story and a B story, but they're actually the same from different points of view.
Yeah.
So you're going from like the knights defending the convoy, and then to another situation of like the peasants getting ripped apart by ghouls.
Yeah.
And then you realise actually they're just the same story from different points of view.
Yeah, something like that. Like you need to be more on the nose, because the grand reveal. If people just know that grand reveal is coming, then it's not
very satisfying.
Like it's the problem that we are having with the, the Gene Stealer cult story. Is anyone that knows 40K? You go to this planet, they're like,
oh, are they bald and slightly pink? They're Gene Stealers.
Yeah, and then like the final episode, the guy's like, we were Gene Stealer cultists all along, and everyone's just like,
yeah, no.
Great reveal! Like it doesn't work. You need to preempt that, and then you have to use that to your advantage. But how you do that, who knows? Who knows? Also, begin at the end.
Oh, so that's quite a used trope, though, right?
Okay, that's how you do it. This is great. Oh, I love this.
Okay.
Begin at the end.
Yeah.
It's set in this small town, whatever. Bergenhafen. Always big fan of Bergenhafen. And the Strigoi come and attack. and they murder everyone. Fucking horrible, ripping throats out, eating your guts. There's crows and shit going around.
Okay, yeah.
And you have something like, right, we're swearing vengeance. Like, I will take you down, like a kid hiding, whatever. Then you cut to knights who are going on this like grand hunt, and so you think that this is chronological,
right?
That this is going on, but you're actually going back to like a week a week earlier, and you're following the Strigoi going through the lands, who then turn up to this village and commit the acts and murder all these people. And then the final thing is where you think that the kid, like, who has sworn vengeance,
just gets fucking knocked.
Then like the Strigoi king turns over, like rips the fucking doors off the shed and like bites their head off in one go, and that's the end of the story.
Yeah.
And so you had this hope, and then you're like, oh fuck, no, they're the bad ones. And then the character who you thought you were following the whole time then gets fucking murdered. Boom, there you go. How about that?
Yep. I can just literally see the whole like scope of it, the whole structure of that.
Yeah,
like,
and
because then when people are like reading about the Grand Hunt, they're like, yeah, you know, this kid was lucky. He like his family were terrorized. I feel for this character.
Yeah. And yeah, you could be vague about like when they're on the hunt, like, boom, they cut down their foes like cattle, like the beasts they are, or things. Really vague terms, and talk about how noble they are, and you can, we drank Duplo from the wines, and then boom.
Boom.
Okay.
Oh man, there we go. Three horror stories ready to roll.
Just fucking.
If someone wants to write those for us before the 19th of October, then that'd be great.
Fred.
This is my new favourite thing.
Underground dogfights.
Planes are cool. You know what's cooler than a plane? A plane underground. Yeah.
What? Why?
I don't know. I guess just like...
Okay, I love it.
Yeah, just fly your planes in like an old mine shaft, I guess.
What? Okay, I'm honestly disappointed that I thought it was going to be inside like a hive city.
Oh,
and
right.
like there's like big columns and doors that are opening and closing.
Wow, like the bit when in Return of the Jedi where like the Falcon's like getting through the Death Star.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be.
No, it's just this.
Okay.
I don't know, that headline just made me go, what? Kind of dumb.
Okay, this isn't nearly as interesting. Like, did you ever play the Ace Combat games?
No.
Planes. It's quite arcadey plane games. But I remember in like one of those, there was a mission where I don't know, they've got this like special anti-aircraft gun. It's like a little bit like tech sci-fi thing.
Okay.
This anti-aircraft gun, and you're going in to like take it out because I think it was originally built to shoot down like meteorites that were going to like hit the Earth.
Okay, yeah.
But they managed to repurpose it that it can like shoot like over like, I don't know, a lot of the globe, and it can just shoot down planes, and it gives them massive air superiority.
Okay,
as
what's
they have
this
to
in?
go in. Ace Combat. I can't remember which Ace Combat it was.
Right.
This was like Wings of Liberty or something? No, is that the latest one? I don't know. It called the Stonehenge. That was it. Yes, Ace Combat 4. Okay.
I think he liked Nine Hobos.
But on that, you had to approach it. You had to stay like under radar level, and those bits of like you're kind of like flying through canyons and like getting into dogfights, and it was kind of enclosed. And like if you go too high, like boom,
smash.
the Stonehenge fucking just will shoot you out of the sky.
Okay, yeah.
And so like I can suspend some disbelief that you could have, you know, like
Really-
the trench run or things like that.
Yeah, like really tight, confined fighter combat. That makes sense.
So that, but I was hoping that it was going to be dumber in this. I wanted it just to be, you know, just walled off with just like big pillars and God, it would be cool actually. I mean, I like it. I like that.
Oh man.
Just because you in like, you know, dogfighting games, you just don't really have terrain.
No. I mean, it doesn't really make sense, does it? But like, yeah, tight confines is pretty cool. This is a really unfortunate title.
Underground dogfights.
I mean, it just immediately makes me think of like literal dogs
Yeah.
fighting for money.
Yeah.
It's cruel and horrible.
Oh, I bring a Cyber Mastiff.
Oh, good choice. Cyber Doggo. So yeah, there we go. Speaking of Cyber Mastiffs, I did just get one.
Yeah, you did.
Can I talk about my new project?
Oh, that you found that dog that had been run over, and you are turning it into
a Cyber Mastiff.
Cyber Mastiff. Yeah. It's not going so well at the moment.
I've been slowly picking up little bits to add to my inquisitorial retinue, and I got a whole bunch. Finally, I tracked down like a whole bunch of Kazakin.
Kazakin. Ah.
They're just like the best fucking stormtroopers.
Yeah, they are great.
GW's ever made.
Just yeah.
They don't make them anymore. But I did find some. And they look great. I can't get a good zoomed in picture of them.
I super agree.
They look way better than these guys, I think.
Yeah.
These are like the current ones. And there's one.
Yeah, I really like them. Because they just look great. Like just the more tech version, more armored version of the Cadians.
Yeah,
the regular Cadians. They go just so well with the look of that force.
Yeah, they're great. So I've got like a whole bunch of these to go with my Inquisitor, like to be the bulk troopers. Like I found where's like the Necromunda here? There's a Cyber Dog. I'm gonna have a like a Judge Dredd guy with a Doggo to be like one of his acolytes.
That's very cool.
Where'd he go?
Whoa! Why are you not just having fucking Crocagator?
He's a pretty good boy, isn't he?
Sump Croc.
Oh, it's got extra eyes.
Extra eyes.
Drug
Sump Croc.
injectors.
Love it.
There he is. Good cyber boy. Bork.
Oh,
Look at
that's
him.
cool.
Look
I
at
do like
that.
that dog. He's a good doggo.
Except I didn't realize how big he was. I got him. I didn't get a base, and he won't fit on a regular base. He needs like a 40 mil base because he's so like.
Oh shit! I guess
so
like
long.
this, he's probably on like a 30 mil there.
Yeah.
Right?
There was like a showcase of like Golden Demon winners,
Yeah.
and there was like a really nice one in there.
What?
That you'd want to see.
Yeah, but this show is called "What's New in Warhammer" last week, not "What's New in Warhammer" 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's true. We've missed it now. We've missed it forever.
Although I guess we do just talk about a lot of just random old shit. Are we just doing "What's New in Beards" last week?
We're doing beards today, yeah.
Just a lot of random old shit.
Oh no. It's lost to the sands of time, Tom.
We're going back like
Way too far.
way too far. You're like 3 weeks ago.
Here it is.
He's cool.
Like this was like a Golden Demon winner.
That's
And
nice.
I just thought it was fucking amazing. I'd forgotten about it until just now.
Man, doing like a Wraith Lord army and building each of your Wraith Lords as a different aspect warrior
Yeah,
would
it's like
look
an Exarch.
fucking
Yeah, doing one as like
sick.
Dark Reaper with a big like missile launcher.
Yeah, yeah.
One as a Banshee.
Yeah, because you can do. I can't. Eandon? Is that the Wraith people?
Yeah, that's the one.
You could do an army that has like just 5 fucking Wraith Lords and some guys,
Yeah.
and do it like,
You could do the Wraith Guard as like your Guardians. And then like.
But yeah,
The Wraith Lords
I'd just do like, sort of like the 7 Samurai type thing, but each one is like just loaded differently and build them as the guys. That'd be such a cool army.
That would be an amazing project. Oh my God.
Because like, did you ever see the dude who did the ogre man-eater ogre army?
No. Google it. Show me.
So ogre man-eaters, they're ogres that went around the world and they join up with like different factions.
Yeah, they're like mercenaries who spend years like traveling around the world, and they learn that faction's like art of war. When they come back to Ogre Kingdom's land, they've got like there's a pirate one, and an Empire Greatsword one.
So like this dude converted a full ogre army, and every single ogre was meant to be like a man-eater that had gone to a different place. So you've got
So he's like Black
like
Orc
a Black
style.
Orc one. He's got like a squig. You've got a
dwarf one.
with like he's the Noblar is a Slayer.
Oh yeah, and he's got like a rune axe,
That guy
like a chaos.
chaos, but his dude's got a bow. There's like a lizard man one. He's got like lizard man weapons and shit. His guys.
Oh, and he's got like a skink Noblar helper. Maybe that guy's a chaos dwarf, and that like Noblar's a hobgoblin.
Oh, that might make sense.
I love that. That must have taken him so long.
And then for like his lead belchers, one holding a salamander.
Yeah, just like pulls on its tail
Like-
and it goes. Blah.
The dwarf one with a bit of an organ gun, Skaven one.
God, with like a weapons team mortar. Oh, it looks so
Like the
good.
little, like, you know, he's got his
I love
little
that
hat.
each one's got like a comedy Noblar friend.
Yeah, that's like doing
This
some
one's got like the
nonsense.
plague sensor bearer guy.
Isn't
This
he
one's got, like
cool?
a little wheelbarrow with ammo for him. This is so cool.
It's such a nice army.
How many did he do?
Loads. He did just absolutely everything. Can we get like a good... Oh, this picture's not going to be good.
Not high res. So his leader looks like an Arabe guy or something?
No, so he is... What was the guy called? The evil sheikh, the Dogs of War, that you had the pay chest.
Oh, yeah.
Midas the Mean and
Oh, yeah. He had that guy. name.
So he kind of like made that dude as like the paymaster for the mercenary army.
Oh, right. Oh, look at that. His cavalry unit. Like, one's a Kimry Snack Boy, one's riding a Mangler Squig, one's like a chariot or something, or a boat.
Yeah.
He's got a Kislev winged hussar in there as well.
Yeah, amazing. Oh yeah, because he's got like the bow. He's got like a bow and arrow. His
Like a
butcher
djinn?
was like a genie.
Sure.
He'd done. I remember he did like an amazing like vampire one. Oh, is this the same guy?
Oh, is that like a demon one? It's got like the mask.
Oh yeah, I think there's like a Beastman. I think that's like the Carnival of Chaos.
Oh, so these are 4 Chaos Gods.
Yeah, I think so.
Can we make that bigger? I want to look at these, 'cause I think he's got one of each of the gods. Because look, he's got the is that the corn one? Oh, look, this guy's got a corn rune on his back, and then he's got the helmet.
He's got like the Zinch.
Zinch wings are like
Oh, because it's
bursting
meant
out.
to be like a horror.
Oh, you've
I
killed him,
remember
and the other one pops out. Yeah.
The Slanesh one, he's got like a mask. You can't see his face, but he's got like fucking things going on. And then the last guy's Nurgle, and he's got
Oh, he's even got the Carnival of Chaos like pants on.
yeah.
Yeah, this one's a bit harder to tell, but
I think
works.
like yeah, they're like a little more.
what's his Noblar unit like? Because you don't know all of those separately, like all 30 of them.
I think we'll just have the world's fucking smallest image. Thank you. But yeah, just absolutely. Oh, here we go.
And he's got a Blood Bowl player in there.
Yeah, like so. One being a Blood Bowl player, like a zombie ogre.
Oh, nice.
That guy's got like a mechanical arm and a thing. Oh, there's like a mummy ogre, a witch hunter ogre. Then I think he's meant to be like an Albion one.
Ah,
He's
right.
got like
Got a
he's got like
swirly,
a standing stone,
yeah.
swirly tattoos. God,
Look, the Blood Bowl player, his ball is actually a Noblar in costume.
I love it. I love it.
This is a real fucking passion project.
Yeah,
must
isn't
have
it
taken
Fucking
so
awesome
long.
though. Big fan.
I fucking love it.
Big fan.
I can't believe I've never seen these before. How do we top that?
What's his giant? What's going on with the
I think this is a
giant?
different army.
No, is it?
It's got like Chaos Warriors and stuff.
Oh. Okay. Oh wait, go back to that image. Which one did?
Oh, there, yeah.
Wait, it does show that it's like a big.
Oh, is this going to be like the Galloper guns?
God damn it. Open image in new tab. Please don't. So I guess these are all different kind of like ranged. Oh, they're like Dogs of War
They're
units.
all the Dogs of War units. Yeah, he's got the crossbowmen behind the shields and the besiegers. He's got
Oh, it's the little dwarf pony that you pulled the cart in that thing.
he's got the Birdmen. He's
Love
got
that.
the Lost Legion. He's got the
Those
Drong
Lost
Slayer
Legion.
pirates.
Oh, that's such a cool unit. Hey, look, it's one of Lumpengroup's halflings.
Oh yeah,
Oh, Vespero's Vendettas or whatever.
yeah,
And Ogla Khan's Wolf Boys.
yeah.
Fuck me, it's so good. That's such a cool fucking cool army.
Wow. I guess that's just his Noblar unit, just full of like all sorts of random crap.
Yeah, I love it.
I love it too. It's amazing.
So good.
The knobs of war.
Right, bam. So another tangent. God, we are like really fucking what's new in Warhammering last week.
Yeah, well, you can just stop me whenever. Like,
No. I'm into it. Like, I don't want to play games. I want to just fucking chat shit.
this guy's showing off his orc army. I'm guessing it's like the same
Same
problem.
dude. Why doesn't he base his models?
Well, we figured it out, didn't we?
Oh, yeah, 'cause-
they're on square bases.
Yeah. Wait. So what the fuck is going on here? What? They're attached to chains. Is he like a weird puppet thing?
I think he's a puppet giant.
Okay, I kind of love it.
He's holding a doom diver.
That's great. But then the Doom Diver is a puppet for this guy, who in turn is holding a puppet.
It's 3 layers of puppetry. Wow, it's like Inception.
That's a lot of puppet.
I think this guy works for Weta too.
This
Or is it
must be
the
the
same
same
guy?
guy. I think it's the same
Ah.
guy. Is this just his
Is it an all giant army?
army?
Just like bonkers, they're all getting ridden on and puppeted.
What the fuck?
It's a bit confusing to look at, isn't it?
God, there's a lot going on here. It's cool, but I'm looking at a lot of things.
Yeah, it's very busy and enormous.
God, it's like a fucking
It's a fucking
super
giant
troll with ghosts. I think I need to be taken around each single thing and
Yeah.
explained what the fuck is going
It's
on.
too much to fit in one photo. Very confusing.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, he says they're orcs. It's really just 3 giants, right?
Yeah, I guess they do take giants. But
we got snotlings.
yeah, the Snotlings.
We've already seen these, haven't we?
Yeah.
We're just announcing them again.
Yeah, they're cool.
I like their little noses.
Although, shit, I've been put off of the Snotlings a little bit. Seeing that they're... I guess it does make sense, but the pump wagons are secret weapons. And so it means... I bet they're going to be expensive, and it's going to make this team even shitter. Even less fun to play.
Because they can't have the one fun thing.
Yeah, but they can take trolls. I saw it this
Oh,
afternoon,
okay. Oh,
which
I'm
is like...
not a big fan of this.
Why don't I just play goblins? Why don't I just play goblins?
Yeah. Save yourself a lot of grief. It's a weird pose.
Yeah, I don't... He's kind of doing like a baseball pose, and I don't love it.
No. It looks like a troll wouldn't really be elegant enough to like pull this.
No,
move
I
off
just see them
without
just
falling
doing like
over.
a lob,
Yeah.
not...
Not like a wind up throw.
And it's weird. There's a lot going on in that pose that you have to kind of know exactly what it's doing to be able to see what's going on. Like, it's beautifully squelpted, just...
Yeah, very
Weird.
odd pose. But I love all the snotlings. These guys look fucking cute.
Snotlings are cute.
And amazing.
I don't like the face hopper squig... the space hopper. I called it a face hopper. That is exactly what I meant.
Squig hopper.
Well, it's not a squig. This guy.
What is it?
So they're called like boingers or something.
Oh.
Spherical shrooms, fun hoppers.
Okay. Never heard of them before. Sure.
I don't like that face. I'm not.
Is that how he holds on? He tucks his fingers under the eyelid?
Oh god.
No, thank you, sir.
Oh.
Dude, like, if this is my fate, to be ridden on by a goblin who holds on by digging
By my
his fingers into my
eyelid.
eyelids, just kill me. Just kill me. That looks
What do you want?
horrendous.
Not what you want.
Ooh. I guess at least it doesn't eat you like a squig does.
That's true. That's very true.
There we go. Snotlings. We got new Necromunders. These,
Yeah, the cats, the little fucking lizard
Weird
cats.
little lizard
Love them. Absolutely love them.
Have you seen the Ogrins?
Yeah, I want to buy those Ogrins.
Much more excited by the Ogrins. Where here
be-
they are.
When I saw, at first I was like, oh fuck, I don't, like the Ogre, they look amazing. This guy, love him. I love the one-armed one. Mm-hmm. Really cool. Gun arm, great. Fucking Cyberhead, all of it. I love every single part of these guys. And I thought you could only take them single dudes. When I saw you could take them as their standalone gang, I was like, I will play new Necromunda,
Just for this.
and this is something I've always wanted. I like big
Well, you
guys.
used to do pit slaves.
Pit slaves, my
These are
favorite
just
thing.
bigger pit slaves, Tom.
It's bigger pit slaves. When is that ever going to be bad?
Are they smaller than regular Ogrins, or is it just kind of there's nothing for scale here?
No, I just think there's nothing to scale. Maybe they are like a little bit smaller. But yeah, man, I want to get a box of these. I'm going to do this kind of paint scheme, but more hazard stripes.
I think it needs more weathering as well.
Yeah, but do make them look like real fucking construction workers. See if I can get like a big hard hat or something.
Perfect.
Love them. I'm really, really into it. And
Give more little lunch boxes.
Yeah, just all of that good stuff.
Just have one nerd with a clipboard. Like a
Oh yeah,
supervisor,
yeah.
following them around.
I'd want to be able to see if I can get a hired gun and see if I can just get like, just see if I can find like 28mm.
Like a foreman.
Yeah, just like these guys.
Yeah,
Just some of these guys. Like, I want,
come along, bungos.
yeah,
Got
yeah.
stuff to do.
I just want a fucking dude with like a clipboard, hanging out with them, just being like a regular dude. Oh, come on, I'm behind schedule. No tea breaks. Just one of those guys in there.
Perfect.
With my boys, but man, yeah, I'd be super into building some of those.
Yeah,
it's like
when are
what?
they out?
How many do you need? Like, you need like 4 or 5 for a gang tops.
Probably.
I would be into because we had this conversation before, I think.
Yeah, because they previewed them like 6 months ago.
But about wanting to give Necromunda another go and play it on the cardboard tiles and treat it just like a different game.
Yeah,
and
try not to compare it to old Necromunda.
Like, I'm going to try and, it's like when Grandad is like, okay, little Timmy, I'll try listening to your dubstep and see if I can, like, get along with it. Because before it just sounded like noise.
Well, now there's actually some gangs. It's not just Escher and Goliaths and everyone else is.
Oh, yeah,
like
just
they
the
used to be.
one, like, homogenized, just super gang.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been out long enough now that it's kind of got its own identity.
Yeah, it's cool. And you only need, like, 1,000 books to be able to...
I think what they did was they released 1,000 books, then they burnt them all and made one new book.
Oh, but I'm pretty sure that... Because I think Alex was complaining about it, because he had got the books, and I think he even got the compendium. But then, like, straight after, they released another book, and was just like, what the fuck? Why?
Can you just chill it with the new
Just
books?
put it in the same book.
Fucking hell. Is there something in here? I thought there was.
Just Warcry.
No, it's just more Goliaths. Fucking hell.
He's cool.
Oh, have you seen the mecha
Amble.
Amble?
Shit, he's like holding the fucking Mecha Amble's head.
Yeah.
Love that.
It's the because I really like that mecha Amble. I was tempted.
The Ambot.
And that's it.
Ambot.
Ambot. I really like the Ambot because I was thinking about like buying it just to put it into my my Inquisitorial retinue as like a Ogrin bodyguard.
Nice. I like
But I just
that.
couldn't think of a way to make it like fit in nicely. Yeah. Good pictures there. But this guy would fit in with the construction Ogrins, right?
Yeah. Have like this dude. He's cool, man.
I think they're like hired guns and can go in like any gang.
Yeah.
We could like split a box, have one each.
Ooh. Ambots.
Ambots. I like them. They're cool.
Yeah. Ambots. Oh shit, man! Actually, God, like you could do a cool, weird like ogre in Blood Bowl team with all Ambots, just these like shoulder pads, like big
yeah.
fists.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Ambots, like it. Big fan.
Cool. All right, we've got time for the Never Chosen, Tom.
Perfect.
Have you looked at it?
I did not read it. I knew Ben is going to shout at me if I read this, and so I thought I'd save up all of my excitement.
I saved all of my indifference.
Yeah, because normally I'm worried, maybe I don't laugh because I've already seen it. So I'm really hoping for a good, like, guffaw today.
Okay, let's see if it's a good one.
Okay, do you like embiggen?
According to the map, we're getting close, my old friend. Soon, the crown of pain will be mine.
Yours? Why do you always get the artifact? You got the sword of hate, the bleak armor, the
Well, you got the greaves of whatever.
greaves of flatulence don't count. Okay, it's like a fart joke, but without anyone farting. They just basically said someone could fart, and that's
I feel like I've genuinely listened to this conversation a few times in role-playing games, where like one person gets all the loot, and then everyone's like, "Oh, you had the last 3 bits of loot.
yeah,
It's my turn to have the loot."
yeah.
And well, you had this thing, but it's like that thing was shit. I want a
Yeah.
good thing.
But that thing, it makes you fart.
But added fart joke.
Nice, yeah.
There we go. Poor old that guy. I don't even know his name.
Flatulence. Wait. I want to see his
Mulch. That's his name.
He doesn't even fucking wear greaves. He doesn't even wear greaves.
This one does.
He does.
Oh my god, they didn't even
He
get
did,
their own
they didn't even-
continuity right.
There's no continuity.
You should have said helm of flatulence or shoulder pauldron of flatulence. Or
Yeah.
something. Oh dear. -1 point.
Okay. So, yeah.
What was the thing?
It continues to exist. And you know what? I am neither
I remain indifferent.
happy or sad that that is the case.
So that means it was not even a fart joke because he doesn't wear the greaves.
Yeah, it's not even a fart.
He doesn't even do the farts.
That's like me being like, hey, Ben,
I've got
5 years ago, I heard someone fart.
or me saying like, you know what I've got, Tom, at home. I've got some what are they called? Pills that make you poop.
Oh, okay.
I haven't-
Laxatives.
Laxatives, yeah. I've got some I didn't eat them. But I've got
That's
them.
funny. That's funny. It's funny. It's funny.
If I ate them, I would poo.
Got him. Coach.
Got him. Tom, I've got a little deep lore story for you
Tell me
before we start.
the deep lore.
So I'm reading, I'm listening to the latest Siege of Terra book. I've been skipping a few of them. I've only there's like 6 of them, and I've read like 2.
Is that in the Horus Heresy?
Yeah. So
Oh, they keep fucking squirting that shit out.
yeah,
don't
they do. So they've done like 60 something Horus Heresy books, and they thought we can't just do the finale in like 1 or 2 books. We can't just have like the Siege of the Emperor's Palace and just do it and then it ends. Then we'll stop making money. Let's start a whole new series of books and make it like 20, 30 books just on this one thing, this one battle. They're really stretching it out, okay? So they're on book 5 of the Siege of Terra currently.
How many fucking filler characters are there?
No, well, what they're doing now is they're grabbing all the filler characters from all the other books.
Right.
And going, they all turned up on Earth, and one is going to die in each book, kind of thing.
Okay. Right. Okay. I thought this was just going to be like, you're in the Emperor's Palace, and like there's going to be a chapter from like Jeff the cleaner.
Well, there kind of is.
And he's like, "Oh no, they're coming!
You get a lot of,
we've
like-
got to get a lot of books, so I'm going to tell you everything I know about it from my like window."
Yeah.
And
You do get a lot of like chump guardsmen who are like,
okay,
we're getting
well,
we're getting dead.
right.
So I'm not no spoilerinos, because it's literally just come out. So people who haven't read it yet, but I'm about halfway through, and this new character sprung up, and it just like, it made me think like, what the fuck. So, but to explain it, I have to go all the way back.
Wait. It made you think, like what the fuck in a good way or a bad way?
Well, I'm undecided,
Ooh.
and I need you to be the judge, Tom.
Okay.
Because we've got people may call it a retcon, some people may call it like a change,
I don't
whatever.
think any of our viewers understand what a retcon really is.
No, but anyway, so they've changed some law, but they did it years ago, and now it looks like they might be changing it back.
How many years ago? 2003 or before?
It's a very important line in the sand, apparently. Anything before 2003, not a retcon. But there is this. Let me take you back to the original tale of the Horus Heresy before they wrote 56 books about it. Back when it was like a 3-page story,
Okay.
not 10,000-page story. The final battle, the Horus Heresy was the Emperor conquers the galaxy with his 18 chosen Primarch sons. Half of them turn bad, and there's a massive civil war. It all goes horribly wrong for the Loyalists, and Horus has led the warband to Earth, and they're slowly winding down the defenses.
Just as you get into this, I want to say I think my knowledge of the Siege of Terra is really fucked because I think I'd read something about it years ago as a kid, but we had played one game of
the board game,
and things that happen in the board game
are now in your head
are like. Yeah, there was a big teleport attack using trolls, wasn't there? Wasn't that a thing that actually happened?
Yeah, and didn't Lionsgate Starport fall to a massed troll attack?
Yeah, wasn't it there is a starport or a comms array and loads of trolls went there and they killed the Luminous tank, there was only 2 Luminous tank companies and not the trolls. There's stuff like that, or Minotaurs or something. There was something along those lines that
board game from the 90s. Let me show you. This is what Tom's thinking of.
Is genuine headcanon.
This guy.
Yeah. Lots of cardboard tokens.
So yeah, there are tokens for mutant armies and trolls and stuff.
Was there literally trolls in this?
There were trolls in this.
Yeah, I just really vividly remember the trolls did something really impactful and maybe even killed
one of the Primarchs or something. Yeah, I think that's Tom game headcanon. It's not part of the story of the
we must have played this. I must have been 11 or 12 when we played this. Literally the last time we played it. Anyway, sorry, continue. Boom. Okay, so end of the...
So the traitors are slowly winning, and they're grinding their way through the defenses because the defenders are massively outnumbered. But reinforcements are coming. The Ultramarines, the Dark Angels, and the Space Wolves are all rushing back to Terra as fast as they can.
Bam.
And so the traitors don't have time to finish grinding out this siege. So in an effort to end things quickly, Horus drops the shields on his command ship and sort of taunts the Emperor to face him in single combat. So the Emperor and Sanguinius and Rogaldorn and a bunch of their guys, their squads, teleport up into the flagship, but they're scattered. And Sanguinius meets Horus. Horus drops him down.
Yeah, boom. That's the classic artwork, right?
Next.
Horus just suck a bitch.
So then the Emperor comes in and faces him. And Horus has got all these evil powers of chaos and is overwhelming the Emperor because the Emperor's not willing to unleash his full power on Horus. He's they're still good in you. I can feel it. It's like Return of the Jedi all over again.
Yeah.
I will not fight you, my son. Oh, what they have done to you. Oh, you can still be good. My boy, look what they did to my beautiful boy.
Okay, yeah.
And so the Horus fucks him up. And then just as he's about to deliver the killing blow, an unnamed soldier reaches the command bridge and goes, no, and jumps in the way. And Horus just is fuck you, you're super dead. Boop. Boop.
They got that big fucking claw.
Yeah. Boop,
boop. And just blam, slams into the wall, a big dent, and slides out.
Yeah. And then the Emperor gets that moment of respite.
Yeah.
And he sees the callous nature of Horus just go boop, boop, crushing one of his beautiful boys.
Yeah.
And so the Emperor's fine, I'm gonna die, and there's no redeeming Horus now. So he unleashes super mind bullets and just fucking wastes Horus.
Right.
But is left bleeding to death, and Rogaldorn takes him back to Earth, and they put him on the life support machine. And before they wrote all the books, there was 3 different stories for who that soldier was.
Okay.
One that he was just some random Space Marine Terminator. One was that he was one of the Emperor's personal bodyguards, one of his favorite boys. And one story that he was this guy, Olanius Pius, a mythical figure, just a random spod guardsman who sacrificed his life to save the Emperor. He's considered a saint among the Imperial Guard, and his image is on regimental banners and stuff.
Love it.
And the Order of Olanius Pius is the highest military honor that can be awarded to the Imperial Guard.
Love that. That's awesome.
I love that story of just some random chump guardsman after all these demigods battling for years. And it comes down to these like godlike beings battling, and it's decided by some normal chump giving his life for the emperor.
Yeah, just some guy. I love that. That's my favorite of the three.
And of the three stories, I was like, that's the coolest one.
By far the. I
love the idea that that all the guards he's worshipped as like the patron saint of the Imperial Guard. You know, like he died so that we may live.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So then what they did was halfway through the Horus Heresy trilogy. What am I talking about? Fucking Donagility.
Decology.
They made this character called Olanius Pearson, right? Who sounds a lot like Olanius Pius, and he's like,
is the fucking book written? Who's the author? Are they
Dan Abnett?
Okay, right. I was just worried if it was called.
And people called him Pius Ol Pearson because he was like very religious.
Okay.
And as soon as I read that name, I was like, oh right, is this the guy then? I guess
Pius.
He's gonna eventually find his way to Earth and be here. And then it was revealed he was like this perpetual who's been around alive for 45,000 years.
I hate this.
And he's got superpowers.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I was just like, oh, you're ruining it. You're fucking ruining it. I hate it. And he travels across time, and he's mates with John Grammaticus, who's like another character I hate.
Fucking John Grammaticus. Oh, I hate it. This is shit. This is so dumb.
It's so dumb. And like in my head, it's a retcon, but you might say technically it's not a retcon because there were already 3 different stories about, they never said he wasn't a fucking immortal god man. And it's like, fine. But
this is it. Like, fuck, don't fucking at me with, they never said he wasn't this. Go fuck yourself. Like, I personally don't like it, and I don't care that you love it. You can love it. That's great.
If you love this,
I
fine.
hate that.
And
it's so shit.
But I always hated this. This was like years ago they did this, and I just kind of made my peace with it.
Right.
But I'm reading Saturnine now. I'm only halfway through, so I don't know how it goes down, and I haven't read this whole bit. So that's why I'm not scrolling down.
Maybe.
But there's another character. This is again another book by Dan Abnett, so maybe he's retconning it again.
Oh, okay. So maybe it doesn't exist.
There's this guy Elanius Piers, who is just a normal spod guardsman fighting in the Siege of Terra.
I hope.
And he's also religious and thinks like, he keeps doing these deeds and like keeps getting bailed out by like chance.
Okay.
And he starts to believe that like there's stories going around camp that like, the emperor protected him because there's this bit where they raise up the banner of the emperor while they're all getting slaughtered, and it's like a futile effort of defiance. And as they're doing that, like a Sister of Silence and a Custo turn up and just super save them.
Okay.
And they're like, we protected the Emperor's image, and so he protected us.
Okay.
So people are talking about how like he's maybe he's a saint or whatever. But this is much better because he's just a normal guardsman, and he's lucky, and maybe he can make it to the end and be the guy.
Right.
And then this is like a red herring, like the immortal.
I hope that is the case, because if it turns out, like, I'll take it, like, I know nothing about any of these things. I only know the stories you're telling me, so maybe it is going to be this guy's not the one, and he is the red herring. I fucking hate these perpetuals anyway. But even then, God, when you were first telling it, I like the story of it is just a random goon guardsman. Mm-hmm. I don't need him to have a big elaborate backstory or have all this stuff. Mm-hmm. Him jumping in, I love that idea that he, and I kind of don't even need to know his name. I like that. No, I do like the in post they're like, oh shit.
I like the idea that they called him Saint Elanius Pius because they just decided after the fact, he must have been very pious to have sacrificed like, it's just something they bestowed on him.
That is so cool, like, because it puts like humanity and like the Space Marines and the Emperor all in this like same scale. It isn't like the pantheon of gods, all of the Primarchs, the forever living people, all of these characters, and like, if you're a human, like. No, you don't play. You're just in the
you get to watch.
You get to watch, but bringing one of those in, it ties it all together so much more nicely.
Because there are really no characters in the Horus Heresy who are normal people who make any difference whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like even like other people who used to be like there was Malkador the Sigillite, who's like the Emperor's right-hand man. Mm-hmm. He's now a super guy.
They just give him the boop, and he's now.
Well, he just always was. He was like the most psyker of anyone except the Emperor. And they just keep, anytime there is a normal character, they add something to make him magic and special. And it's just really, really refreshing to have someone who matters, who's normal.
Yeah.
In the story.
Yeah, and then you can like blow that up later. That's great. Also, I think like for like fluff for backstory thing, you know, the way that you were telling it of, you know, there's the Emperor there, and he's like, Horus, I'm not going to kill you, my boy. But if the Emperor is suddenly like, shit, Horus has gone pure evil. Like, look how he just callously killed just one regular guardsman. Like, that's enough for him to see, like, actually, you are a piece of shit. Like, that suddenly makes the Emperor seem... He's got so much more depth. Like, he actually cares about every one of his citizens.
Yeah, and seeing, like, a person, a normal human, being brave enough to throw himself against the War Master.
Yeah, yeah.
And Horus didn't even need to do anything. He could have literally ignored him.
Yeah. And that is way better than the Emperor then being like, oh no, you killed the 45,000-year-old mega psyker who is immune to damage and can fly and is amazing. You killed him! Now I'm like... It being like him getting upset over the death of like just a guardsman.
Well, because that's it. That
way
makes more
more
sense.
fun.
Because if he's upset about another Mega Man dying, then why wasn't he already upset about Sanguinius getting like fucking murdered?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't know.
So hopefully this is a bit of backtracking. Fingers crossed. I don't know. I haven't read the book. Yeah, I'm halfway through.
Okay, close your eyes. I want to like. It doesn't really go anywhere. I don't know. Oh shit, man! Like, I like the first time you were telling it. That's where I was so into that story. Really, really cool. Yeah, I'd not heard that before. I'd not heard about Alanius Pius. Man, I would have put that into fucking guard armies. I would have had like banners with him on. I like.
You could have made a Grail Requillery like. They have like an effigy of him. Like I
think just like having like posters or like banners of him that guard being like, we're pretty good, old Alanius. Like that's a pretty fun idea. Just them worshipping a pleb who fucking died. Like it feels like you could play that up so much more. Of guardsman, boom, go sacrifice yourself for the Emperor.
Well, he's the guy who literally, if it wasn't for him, Horus would have killed the Emperor and won.
But like it was a guardsman, and like that makes us proud to be in the guard. Just
exactly.
feels really good.
Wow. So there you go. If you're listening, Dan Abnett at Games Workshop, change it back.
The
old way was better.
Make it the way that I just heard about that I prefer. If you change it back, you can have the rights to one of our 3 horror stories.
Ooh.
Boom.
Sweet deal.
How's that for a deal?
Sweet deal.
Yeah. Wow.
Because they've still got time. There's still another, 25 Siege of Terra books before they get to that point? There's plenty of time to fix it, guys.
Oh. No, please. Why? But they've got to put like some fucking stupid twists in to keep people reading, because otherwise,
Well, you know what's going to happen.
You know what happens. I know what happens, and I've not read all the other books. Like they're gonna have to do something.
They're gonna have to. Yeah, I mean, there's things they don't have to make it exactly how it used to be. I'm happy for them to change stuff because A, it makes it more interesting, and B, you can make better stuff than some of the old stuff. But don't change it to fucking 50,000-year-old boring
those
Superman.
Guys, just keep bringing like those Supermen in. Someone fucking loves the Perpetuals. They're like, oh, it's the best character ever.
I think it's Dan Abnett's fault.
And they're just like the most boring characters.
Yeah, which is weird because the concept of an immortal, I think, is really interesting. You can do a lot with it. Like, what happens to someone when they've been around for thousands of years? How does their point of view and their outlook change? And
yeah.
You can tell really interesting stories with that concept, I think.
In a more grounded setting, but when everyone is so magical and fantastic, it's just like, get on the fucking pile. It's like
it's here that you get. Yeah, we've got super psychers, you've got super transhuman mega soldiers, you've got demigods, you've got aliens, you've got mutants, you've got demons, and these fucking guys, I guess.
Yeah.
As well.
Why do we need these? I guess it's because you're telling these like long grand stories, and you need just like a dude to survive. You can't just have a man. He'll die. Oh shit! What's that preview? Who's that like goofy hand?
Oh, it looks like a ghost hand to me.
It looks ghosty or like undead. Like, I don't want to like shit on them. It doesn't look very well painted from the black and white thing. Look how rough that is. Or is it tiny?
Yeah, I think it's tiny. There's like four or five layers there.
But it's quite like...
I think it's a really small. I think it's a
not
small,
very-
thin ghost hand,
We're holding like a thing.
and it will look better in real because it will have those kind of ghostly colours.
Yeah,
Where it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
so
It
rough
just like
and
looks
sketchy.
really rough. But no, they're doing the big previews Saturday.
Oh, okay. So we'll be like 4 days late.
As,
on that
as
news.
always. But God, I really hope that they're bringing out the Sons of Behemoth soon. I want a big giant. I want a giant, Ben. I want to make a big giant, and
There's new stuff for everything.
yeah. Although, shit, actually, this might not be the longest What's New in Warhammer last week because we had like 25 minutes of beard talk.
That's true.
As we looked at what's new in beards last week.